Thank y'all for coming out for the first house call. Let me get a little down on the volume. Shout out to DJ Verb Stat. House call. What the hell is this and why are we here? We have cameras in somebody's house. We have a bunch of black people here, a couple white people for aesthetics. This originated because our boy Houston right here is leaving. Our dear friend Houston is leaving, and somebody was like, "Hey, you three amigos, Greg, Ken, and Houston, y'all should do something and like do your comedy at his going away." But if anybody knows me, I don't do shit small scale, right? Like it's gonna turn into a thing, right? So that's how we got House Call. I struggle with what a name of it could be, and I'm like, yo, fuck it, we might as well put some music into it, right? So that's what we got. Basquiat representing Black State University. We have a record label, right? Me and this man just dropped an album last September called Do Rags and Roses. Collectively, we're called Broken Kids. Check our music out. It's on all streaming platforms. It's not whack music. If you think it's whack, you're probably whack. That's all I'm saying. So I want to give some shout-outs before we get the show started. All right? So first of all, I want to give a shout-out to the caterer. Man, can we bring him up? A traveling man, international street food, Jesse Seward. He's our executive chef. There's my Mello, my man. Me and him go back about 20 years. We was on our first ship together. Believe it or not, he used to be a yeoman in the Navy, right? He was horrible at that, so he found something he's good at. Shut up, I have her mic. You can't outdo me right now. So he has business cards back there, pamphlets. This man, he creates stuff that he had some devil eggs one time, and he fried some chicken and pulled the fried chicken skin off of it and put it on the devil eggs. So for every event, I use Chef Jesse Seward. Give him a round of applause. If you like his food, please support his business. We got DJ Verb Stats. I figured we might as well have a house DJ, a resident DJ. And so I really want to get into also the most important part, what I feel is what's going to make us pop as artists, right? So everything is about visibility, right? So LG Studios, Lateef Gibson, he's over videography at Norfolk State University. He does their basketball games, their commencements. He teaches people how to do this. This is what he does. So this is professional content that we're doing. Put y'all hands together for LG Studios. Actually, I want Lateef to actually kind of introduce himself, so I'm going to move out of his way and let him say some words.
How everybody doing?
What's going on?
So check this out, LG Studios. We are a fully mobile photography, video, print graphics company. So we come to you, set up in your home, backdrop, studio lights, and all of that. But more importantly, I think what he really wanted me to do is actually tell y'all a little bit about me, or more importantly, my world. So do me a favor. Come with me into my world, to my earth, to an alternate universe where the color of my skin is a blessing and not a curse. And I'm no longer last and I am first. And when I walk the streets, old ladies, they don't cross the road in fear. They tightly grip their purse. Nah. They speak with a smile and a polite, how are you? And see, it takes two to be kind, so I reply, fine, and I hope you are too. See, my world, things are perfect, but perfection is what I live and strive for. And nowadays, I find myself on my knees, looking to the heavens and praying more, asking the Lord to forgive me for the things I was done, said, or thought that wasn't pleasing Him. And bass says, oh. They get high for bass and music and not little pieces of narcotics placed in the tip of a glass stem. Children at the age of 13 are still playing with dolls and wearing pigtails, not thinking about premarital sex or sculpture, manicured nails. See, in my domain, talk shows are shows that talk about topics to enhance the mind, and not based on fictional stories that's passed down through the grapevine, nor my place of rank and rotation due to the gravitational pull of lack of education. My world defies the law of gravity as it rotates around the sun of enlightenment, causing elevation. My utopia. The four-letter word doesn't start with F, it starts with L. And in order to truly recognize heaven, you must first experience a small portion of hell. That's called perfect balance. But many times we try to tip the scales, making us destined to fail, then you start to listen, but you get nothing but silence. Now, let us form an alliance, create a world that becomes timeless, and stop thinking with our sex organs giving an appearance of us being mindless. We need to expose ourselves as scholars and remain humble when we make them dollars. Refrain from power trips with passions and shackles and cast iron collars. Explore our options as we grow to be man and woman, from boy and girl. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I may not know where y'all are from, but y'all always welcome to come visit me in my world. Word. Yeah.
I remember when I was 12, didn't know much. Sat in front of the tube watching Brothers of Cold Crush. Cool J had me convinced that the ladies loved us. Bambaataa and Zulu Nation had me proud to be your brother. At a very early age, hip-hop affected my life. We on the world tour with Abstract and Fife. The message of Furious 5 and Grandmaster Flash overshadowed the Diamond Dash and raps about cash. A young mic and phone controller, adolescent chief rocker with corn rhymes on cassettes through the mics of boom boxes. They told stories of street life and D-boys. Boys grown to men and still rap about toys. I knew my future had me holding the mic with all my mic words from my soul I'll recite to ignite a generation that was born to fight. A battle so I pause and write. Hey, I got plans to be the man, ain't gonna be no change of plans. It's for me to succeed. See, I just saw the first picture of my beautiful niece. She was born premature but getting bigger every week. That just shows me if I fight, if I believe that the power is in God, but the God is in me. Discipline, the disciples all around me and they in the flow. Moonwalking on the waves, they still in the boat. Let's get it. Ladies and gentlemen, I go by the name of Basquiat. I appreciate all y'all for coming out tonight. Hey. I reign amongst the kings in the grand scheme. I swear it's like I've been here twice, this shit a damn dream. They go with the flow, my flow go where they never be. Basically, pacing, walking backwards through the stampede. These niggas basic, emulating what they see on TV. I move like Stevie, see no evil, make my pockets greedy. Do my bad all by myself, I think I'll only need me. Cause they gon' flip just like confetti, tag you like graffiti. I made it easy, fuck a friend, just me and Nefertiti. I called Cleopatra back if she should ever leave me. Me and Wapo turned the telly to a trap. I was rapping out front, he had it jumping out back. Like a redneck, no cap, my niggas been around the tech. Give me respect to give me death, and I put that on my breath. Me and Wapo turned the telly to a brothel. We some $1 million niggas. Shorty rolling, she ain't stopping. Rain Man, only do it for the rain, man. I'ma make it rain, shorty. You gon' do the rain dance. Said I'm leaving. Hold up, we gon' have to change plans. Shorty look like magic when I'm looking through this Henny glass. Plenty ass. Check up, I got plenty cash. If only for one night I make you mine and then I give you back. Hey, let these niggas know the city back. It's house called Black State. We invented that. Shout out to 17. Shout out to Urban Max. We headed to the top. Niggas ain't going back. Rain Man, only do it for the rain, man. I'ma make it rain, shorty. You gon' do the rain dance. Said I'm leaving. Hold up, we gon' have to change plans. Shorty look like magic when I'm looking through this Henny glass. Plenty ass. Check up. I got plenty cash. Only for one night I'll make you mine and then I give you back. Hey. Yo, so thank you. So tonight, you know what I'm saying, we're going to learn a lot about each other. I hope to learn a lot about y'all, you know what I'm saying, when I get done. All right, lesson number 1. But one thing about me that I can teach y'all right now, I'm a big Kobe Bryant fan. He the GOAT. So one of the life lessons that I've learned from Kobe, you know what I'm saying, one thing I learned about is Mamba mentality. Anybody familiar? Familiar with Mamba mentality? All right, but just yell out what you think Mamba mentality represents. Just one word real quick. Killer. Instinct, killer. All right, it's all those things, you know what I'm saying, wrapped into one. Mamba mentality to me. Mamba mentality, you take every moment to better yourself. No matter the hand you was dealt, it'll be best if you bet on yourself, for real. I can see nobody changing my mind about rolling the dice. Did y'all catch that? You know I gotta do that. I'm annoying, right? I'm annoying. I just dissed you. All right, bet. All right, bet. Mamba mentality, take every moment to better yourself. No matter the hand you was dealt, it'll be best if you bet on yourself, for real. I could see nobody changing my mind about rolling the dice. Nobody. I look a snake in their eyes. You will not catch me by surprise, never. To be the best, you gotta win, and that's why I be going in. You won't be with me holding trophies if you wasn't with me in the gym. They want you dead when you win, like Birdie in the butter rim. But they don't know you when you lose. You invisible to them. I'm the art mamba. I gotta conquer. Align my haters in my crosshairs, then align my chakras. This black excellence. I feel like Basquiat Obama. I gotta keep ideas to myself. They be stealing swag like Melania. Trendsetter for the genre. Just give me credit for the process. Sky high, I be coming down. I'm Hulk Hogan with the leg drop. There you go to the next joint, bro. Hey, yo, anybody want to hear that joint? It's on Same 05, which is on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm going to get all y'all links and all that shit afterwards. Yeah, next joint, bro. Little shooter, hold this pistol for me. Bring it back one more time. Promise who I point out, you gon' hit him for me. Won't you be my little shooter, hold this pistol for me. Yeah. Promise who I point out, you gon' hit him for me. Hey. They say this shit toxic, I say that's a lie. We gon' ride and kill them all, let them ride or die. I've been around the world and back, ain't no one fucking with you. Wish I had a nickel for every penny who think they dimes. Simple kindle flames on OG, kush smoke, rap smoke, fuck I wrote the book. You been a star, overlooked, I understood. You know what's good, yeah. Top back on my whip, I pull up and you hoppin' ready, yeah. You know how we'll play it later, we'll be rockin' steady, hot and heavy. I can carry tons of weight like Marcus Henry. Can you hold it down? Be my weight, I'm carried down. Ay. Be my little shooter, hold this pistol for me. Ay. Promise who I point out, you gon' hit him for me. Ay. They say this shit toxic, baby, that's a lie. We gon' ride and kill them all, let them ride or die. World and back, ain't no one fucking with you. Been around the world and back, ain't no one fucking with you. Been around the world and back, ain't no one fucking with you. We gon' ride and kill them all, let them ride or die. All right, word. Appreciate it. So last thing before I dip out real quick, I got a couple visuals I just shot. You know what I'm saying? I want to share these joints with y'all. And then we're going to get to the next thing.
Always sang for my father.
Yeah.
Never really
Shine. Bitch, I'm the greatest, I know it. I pop out whenever I want, it's heroic. My presence is something like Kobe and Jordan's. It's hard to ignore it, this nigga's important. My vision's distorted, I've been up since morning and morning. I kill everything, I hop on like a hornet. This shit getting boring, you niggas is corny. Oh me, oh my shorty on me. She sent me the text and I slid like Zamboni. I pull up, don't tell me you lonely, hop on me. She don't know, I know that she fuck with my homie. He told me she rollin', she not finna stone me. I flow through so fresh that your bitch wanna clone me. She think I got cheese like calzones, macaroni. They front like they gangsters, they all are so phony. They act like Montana, they should win a Tony. Ay, I'm a product of some real ass shit, yeah. I'ma need a real ass chick, ay. And she know how I like my way, ay. Roll it up, let me kill that shit, yeah. I'm the topic of a lot of discussion. Pull up is nothing, thought I told you that these niggas be bluffing, yeah. But we gon' keep it real, guess the side thing. Yeah, we gon' keep it real, it's a God thing. It's a God thing. Yeah, we gon' keep it real, it's a God thing. Jean-Michel, nigga.
Never really sang.
Raymond. Won't you be my little shooter, hold this pistol for me, yeah. Promise who I point out, you gon' hit them for me, yeah. They say this shit toxic, I say that's a lie. We gon' ride and kill them all, let them ride or die. I've been around the world and back, ain't no one fucking with you. Wish I had a nickel for every penny who think they dimes, they simple. Kindle pistol flames on OG, Kush smoke, rap smoke, fuck, I wrote the book. You been a star, they overlooked, I understood, you know what's good. Yeah, top back on my whip, I pull up in you, I've been ready. You know I will play it later, we'll be rockin' steady. Hot and heavy, I can carry tons of weight like Marcus Henry. Can you hold it down forever? Take this pistol open, carry. Yeah, be my little shooter, hold this pistol for me. Ay, promise who I point out, you gon' hit them for me. Ay, they say this shit toxic, I say that's a lie. We gon' ride and kill them all, let them ride or die.
I open my eyes when I shoot. I close my eyes when we kids walk. I can hear the angels play a flute. You never seen a swagger like this. I take it to the top of the roof. We got drunk, then we did it. You ain't nothing like these other women. I wind it up, then I whip it. She thinking it's Serena Williams. She killing it, I must admit. Said I even let her handle the stick. I even let her handle the wheel. Girl, I can't handle this, you know, cause I ain't seen your ass in so long. I pull out the pistol, she told me to hold on.
Be my little shooter, hold this pistol for me. Ay, promise who I point out, you gon' hit them for me. Ay, they say this shit toxic, I say that's a lie. We gon' ride and kill them all, let them ride or die.
We about to get into some comedy. Put your hands together. Now, I need y'all energy. Put your hands together. I hope you've been drinking. Right. I hope you've been drinking enough liquor where this shit is funny, because that's why we provided all of that over there for you, just in case it's not that funny and you're drunk, so everything is funny when you're drunk. You feel me? So the first comedian we got coming up is Greg Pearce. Put your hands together.
Young and crazy, life goes on. Young
This is a really long intro.
and crazy, goes on and on and on. You're too fast for love. You're too fast for love. You're too fast. You're too fast. You're too fast for love.
Shut up, DJ. Shut up. Shut up, DJ. All right, guys, this is going to get worse. So I'd like to welcome you tonight to House Call is what we're doing. We're doing House Call tonight. So this is going to be history. So first of all, I need all the ladies to sit down in front of here, because ladies, this show is for you. So all the men, the fuck up, move to the back. Jesus. Ladies, get your asses up here. This is for you. All you. I see you back there. You with the poof hair. Get up here. Kiva, not that I know your name or anything. Get your ass up here. Let's go. This is for the ladies. So like I said, this is the first time I'm doing comedy tonight. I don't have a piece of paper to help me or anything like that. I've rehearsed this multiple times. And I'm really good at this shit. So, I gotta let you know that you're here to make history with me. And I'm really nervous for you guys, because this is gonna be the most amazing fucking thing you've ever seen in your entire... Hey, boo, I see you. Yeah. What's up, girl? This is the most amazing thing you're ever gonna see in your fucking life. So, just be ready, okay? So I'm going to start off slow. seen a lot of comedians. I've had a couple of beers. I've seen a couple comedians do some little crowd work. So I'm going to try that tonight, okay? Where are you from, Boo? She said Chicago. I don't know shit about Chicago. Not a fucking thing. Not a fucking thing about Chicago. Where are you from there, fella? Cleveland, Ohio. It's a really, really good place to abduct people. It's fantastic. Thanks for being here tonight. I appreciate it. I had that planned out. So we're gonna make a. Again, guys, we're sliding into this real nice. All right. So I need a little crowd participation here. Okay. All right. Why did the baby cross the road? Because it was stapled to the chicken. You got a baby back there? You hold the baby. She needs to get up here. She's a girl. Okay, come up here, Mom. I love moms. Serious, I fucking love moms. They're the best. All right. So yes, my name is Greg Pearce, as you see. A lot of people ask me, are you related to the Patrick Pearce, the Irish Republican Army, the guy who established the IRA back in 1915, the guy who lost his life during the Easter Sunday? And my response is usually no. That's historical comedy, everybody. Historical comedy. All right? You fucking idiots. What is your problem? Ken, can we get a better fucking crowd? Jesus Christ. This is fucking terrible. You guys need some fucking work, I swear to God. And by the way, Ken, I asked for Voss, okay? Not fucking great value drinking water. How do you expect me to do this shit up here? This is going downhill fast, and it's all because of you. This is fucking terrible. Jesus Christ. Ask for one fucking thing. So anyway, in my life, I've tried to do a couple things like this. I've tried to, make splashes, make waves. Tried to make my own t-shirt company one time. What I tried to do is I tried to market to assholes, right? Anybody who wears an Affliction shirt, asshole, right off the bat, you know it, right? Guys with neck tattoos, assholes. But we've had these flags for a long time, right? We've had these flags for a long, long time. Asshole. We've had these flags forever, right? We've had the Affliction t-shirts as long as you could think, right? You guys remember No Fear? Assholes. No Fear. Get the fuck out of here. Who has no fear? That's the dumbest shit I've ever seen. Big Johnson. Yeah. Woo, got my Confederate flag and I got a big dick. It's the dumbest shit I've ever seen, everybody. This fucking beer's warm, Ken. Oh, shit. Ken, really? I know she is. That's what I'm afraid of. This is worse. Come over here and fucking pick this up, Ken. You left your hands back history month. By the way, February is the worst month to be Ken's friend. It's fucking horrible. So, back on track, because of the fucking warm beer, I'm going to blame that shit on Ken. So back on track. I tried to make my own t-shirt, right? I was about 18 years old. Really didn't know what I was doing. And I decided to make a shirt that says, "My jizz cures cavities." What? What's wrong? No, yeah, it's bad. It's bad. However, so I thought that wasn't too adult, so I changed it to "My cum cures cavities." Nobody bought this shit. It was pretty terrible. So I've been working on these things for quite a while. So this is where I started developing my comedy a little bit, right? So the t-shirt thing went downhill pretty fucking fast, right? So I tried to build up my context, right? Because context is key when you're doing this. So, you know, I would watch the greats like Dane Cook. Jeff Dunham, you know? And I decided what I need is I need my own get her done, right? I need my own catchphrase, you know? The Jeff Foxworthy kind of thing, you know? The you might be a redneck. I've been thinking about it for a while, guys, and I need some help with it. I was kind of thinking how long is this STD going to last for, huh? All right, here's where the crowd participation comes in. Ready? Are you guys ready? How long is this STD going to last for, right? Little help. This is almost like Showtime at the Apollo. Come on. There's a lot of black folks here. We could get on rhythm. Ready? How long is this STD going to last for? That's what I'm fucking talking about. See? Yeah. That was real fast. Perfect. If it was the right white crowd, I'd have to do that at least 5 times. Let's be real. Let's be real. So I started comedy for a lot of reasons. And I know I'm going to be good at it, right? I mean, fucking obviously, I'm the best, right? But I didn't start comedy for the money. Didn't start it for the fame. All that shit's coming. All that shit's coming. You know what I started it for? I started it for the pussy. You understand that? I want to be a fucking rock star. I'm coming in here, coming to fucking Motley Crue, right? I'm here for the pussy. You get it? Just the unlimited amount of vagina that I could just possibly fucking wreck. So I've been married for about 17 years, guys. And I'm married to a Mexican. All right, yep, that's right. I got a ticket, that's right. So I married a Mexican, like I said, 17 years ago. Met her in Spain, of all places. I thought she was going to be, Spanish. And I did everything I could to speak Mexican to her. And found out she was just a Mexican. So I put a ring on it. I thought the house was going to smell like Fabuloso. I also thought that I was going to have Mexican food, which, funny enough, they just call that food. And I thought the garden was going to be clean. But no. No fucking clean gardens, no Fabuloso. I got to do that shit all by myself. But it's okay, because we had 3 kids together, right? I love my kids. I'm not going to talk about them too much. Well, I mean, I love my kids. They're all right. They're okay. They're all right. But, growing up in Colorado, don't worry, guys, I won't shoot. Growing up in Colorado, what? I'm serious. I didn't even bring my gun tonight, so it's fine. It's fine. I'm drinking. So growing up in Colorado, not a lot of, eclectic, diverse groups, right? We didn't have a lot of black folks, It was very whitewashed, ma'am. A lot like you. A lot like you. Very whitewashed. You look like everybody who I went to school with. Exactly. Everybody who I went to school with. So it's nice being on the East Coast where there's a lot of, eclectic families here, black, white, Latino mixes, beautiful kids. And I fucking love it. And every day I, go to my kids' daycare, and I pick them up, and I see, just the beauty, the natural beauty that is, kids don't understand hate. They just love each other, and it doesn't matter. And they give each other hugs every time I leave, and it's awesome. And every time we leave, I unlock the door because I have to lock it when I go in because there's so many black people that go to that school. I have to be careful. I have to be really careful. Some days I'm surprised I still have fucking tires. I'm just saying. Black people love tires. So, I want Alzheimer's. No, hear me out, guys. Hear me out. My grandpa was a mortician for years. For decades. Shit. And he got Alzheimer's. So when he got Alzheimer's, I thought to myself, well, he's just getting ready for work permanently. But he kept forgetting. And I thought that was fucking hilarious. I thought it was great that Grandpa just didn't know what the fuck was going on around him, right? I loved reminding him who I was to him. And that shit was great. So, he did a couple things that surprised everybody. My mom was kind of beside herself when, he started flushing toilet paper down the toilet, still on the roll. Why are you guys laughing at my pain? No, that shit was hilarious. I thought that was fucking fantastic. So, that's why I want Alzheimer's, because I want to forget some things, I want to forget some of the shit that I did. I want to forget some of the shit that I've said, right? Because some days, it just happens to be that you have to understand my cum cures cavities. From Chicago, Illinois, by way of Chesapeake, Virginia. Our next entertainer tonight is a multifaceted artist who does music, who does comedy, who does it all. Kenneth Valmore Bradley.
Blackness. Keep the game out. Never say die. Keep out. Blackness.
Or you could have just said Valmore and also bye. No, sit down. Like your time is up. Okay, thank you. You did a great job, but I need you to get out. You're wasting my time. Okay? Get the fuck out of here. All right. How's everybody doing? All right, we're going to share stories. We're going to talk. It's my turn to do this. And then the aim of this also for the house call is to interact with the artist, talk to Basquiat about his music, talk to Greg about how offensive his comedy is. White lady, I'm sorry. Also, can we get I need more people up here. Can we get men up here? It's not as it's not. I don't need women up front. I need people sitting, right? So guys, reclaim your seats, reclaim your time. Thank you, and all of that good stuff. All right. So I have a lot of stuff to get through. We're gonna try to get through it as fast as I quite possibly can. I just want to share stories. I want to talk about the perils of influence here. Okay, and I got my notes here. And so we're going to kind of go down the line. I also want to start off my set in the same fashion that Greg did and start with a corny joke. There's two ways I'm going to start. I'm going to start with a joke, and then I'm going to start with a bit. I'm going to go into character, right? The greats went into character. I'm going to go into character, and then if you can title all of this, if there's a great summation of this entire presentation, it is the perils of influence, and I really need you to get that in your mind, okay? How you doing, Tommy? You sad that Game of Thrones is over? I'm happy the way it ended. I'm just saying, Bran fucking Stark. Okay. Why did you just started watching games? Shut up. Why did the monkey fall out of the tree? Because the monkey was dead. Why did the second monkey fall out of the tree? It was stapled to the first monkey. Thank you, honey. There's continuity in the jokes, people. People are stapling things together that do not go. Babies to chicken, monkeys alike, falling out of the tree stapled. That was my first dumb joke. And that was just that was a freebie. That was to warm the crowd, if you will. All right, now I'm going to go into a bit. Give me a second as I go into character, if you will. The bit is, follow me if you will, a little boy that sang a Christmas carol, and this bit actually came to me at about 2 o'clock in the morning, drunk in Seattle, as the elevator doors opened. So imagine me walking out of an elevator at 2 o'clock in the morning and doing exactly this, because this is exactly what happened. Are you guys with me? Everybody shut the fuck up. Thank you. Ning, 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 ning. I saw mommy kissing Santa Claus. Mom, you fucking whore! Are you serious? You're sitting down there kissing this fat piece of shit. Dad's out there busting his keister, working 9 to 5 or 5 to 9 or whatever third shift is. I'm 9 years old. I don't know fucking time. I'm sorry, what? Oh, that's Dad? Oh, Dad, I'm sorry. I didn't know you were Santa. Thanks for crushing my dreams. I've seen you guys make out. I didn't know my dad was Santa Claus, and you can have the fucking cookies. What is the lesson we learned here, parents? Don't lie to your fucking kids. End scene. Clap. I'm giving these motherfuckers gold. They don't want to laugh. You know what I mean? Okay, so we're going to talk influences, right? People have many different influences in life. I'm going to talk about different aspects. You grow up, people hit your psyche with their actions, and as children, as impressionable kids, things happen. When I was in Kalamazoo, Michigan at a family reunion, I had an uncle named Jim Beam. That was his name because he drank so much Jim Beam, and to this day, I still don't know his fucking name, right? All I know is Uncle Jim Beam came into the house that was not his house and did this exact thing. Y'all motherfuckers better get up out my goddamn house. And everybody was like, Uncle Jim Beam, this is not your house. And Uncle Jim Beam left the room, and 5 minutes later, and came back and pulled out his dick and pissed on everyone in the room. It's a true story. And that was the first day I passed out from laughing. Influences. He influenced my mind. Another influence, whose relational value I shall leave out, to protect the parties. He's my father-in-law. This is a story of regression or evolution. Did he evolve or did he regress? Is it a great case of irony? When I first got married, I went over there and I think I ate a burger and fries, and I threw some of the fries away. And he walked over by the trash and he was like, oh, throw away this goddamn fries. He was mad. I knew at that point in this house, I should never throw away any fries ever again. Sir, I'm sorry that was me. That shit won't happen again. You know what I'm talking about, Tommy. He don't play, do he, with throwing away the food. So at that point, is this regression or evolution? He does not waste. Everybody say, waste not, want not. Years later, it evolves into this. Because it does evolve, right? It evolved to him walking by the trash can. Hey, who threw this food away? Well, shit, there's some on top. I might as well just scrape some of it off the top and eat it. Everybody say, waste not, want not. Is he evolving as a human to not be wasteful, or is he going regressive? Time will tell. Because a couple fucking years ago here at Christmas time, I'll tell you something that happened. He walked over to that trash can right over there, and there was a breakfast that happened, and all the family was over here. I think we had about 200 people in the fucking house, and they got up and cooked this huge breakfast. And we ran out of breakfast sausage. And he goes, ain't no more sausage? Now, the average person would say, let's go to the store. Let's check the fucking fridge. But he goes, let's check the garbage. That was his source of food. In his mind, the source of food, let's check the trash first. Now, mind you, this is a personal thing. It was his plate. He wasn't bothering nobody. He wants to check the trash. Well, go ahead, fam, check the trash. Check the trash. Lo and behold, about 5 link sausages in that bitch. And you know what? He took them all out, right? He ate about 2 of the 5, put the other 3 in the fridge. Everybody say, waste not, want not. Now, a little backstory, because I'm not just going to slam Pops, because Pops is a hard-working man, is he not? And one thing you do not know about Pops is at the age of 14 years old, he found himself on his own in the Chicago streets. He went and got him a job, and he got his own apartment, and he fed himself. So you can understand the value of food to him, right? Everybody say, waste not, want not. 14-year-old boy learning the value of food grows up into a man in his late 50s, right? He's 60 years old, right? And he's doing these things, right? So watch this irony. Because those 3 sausage links that were in the fridge, his grandson, because he worked hard for his daughters and son to not want, and they all have great jobs and great careers, and they all have kids, and everybody lives in the burbs and cul-de-sacs and shit, and then his 14-year-old son to come down, grandson, and eat 3 goddamn sausage links out the refrigerator that ultimately came out of the garbage. There's a poetic justice to that. Everybody say, waste not, want not. Was it regression or was it evolution? These are influences. All he had to do was just label it trash. Trash. Poor Jaden. Now, some of my influences, was television. I watched a lot of TV growing up. Right? So I consider myself a TV personality at like the age of 9 or 10. And I used to use TV to do things like cuss when you weren't supposed to cuss. Y'all remember when y'all was in school? What's up, T-Time? Y'all remember when y'all was in school and y'all used to get to that part in the book when you used to be able to cuss, but it wasn't even really a cuss word? You know what I'm talking about? Like, you could be reading about a beaver dam, right? And so it's like you reading one paragraph at a time, and you kind of jump down, and you get to read about the beaver dam. So it come down, I'm like, shit, I'm about to kill these motherfuckers right now. So it get to me, I was like, and the beaver built the dam. I said, damn, because it's in the book. She's like, there's 3 more sentences. Hold up, bitch. It's still, I just said damn for the record. So I used to watch television, and I used to get away with saying cuss words because of stuff that was on TV. My favorite thing that was on TV was Dick Van Dyke. That's a 2 for 1. I didn't even like the damn show. Mama, we want to watch Dick Van Dyke. Because I wasn't supposed to be saying the word van, and that's what we need to kind of get down. It's all about adulthood, learning how to be an adult. One thing I know that adults do is they drink a hell of a lot of coffee, right? So adulting looks like, to me, drinking coffee, showing up to work with coffee, not even just making it. Like, I'm going to stop before I go in, and I'm walking in with my coffee. One day I stopped at a 7-Eleven because they have the best fucking coffee. I don't know why. I don't typically do it, but I guess I stopped there that day. And I had a training that day that lasted from 8 o'clock in the morning to like 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And I got the biggest cup of coffee that I can think of. I was like, I'm going to walk in and I'm going to adult the shit out of this training. So I'm sitting there, sipping the coffee. I'm contributing to talking. I think we were talking about sexual assault. I don't know. I wasn't paying attention. And we're in there, and I'm contributing. And it gets to the end of the training, and I have one more swig left. And I'm looking at the clock like, I topped this shit. I am killing this adult stuff because it's the end of the training, and I got one more swig left. Now, mind you, that day I did not eat breakfast. That's a very important part. Everybody say he didn't eat breakfast, y'all. So I get down to the last swig, I put it in my mouth, and lo and behold, where the fuck did this chunk of meat come from in my mouth? Somebody's paying attention in the house. Y'all pray for that man back there. Where did this chunk of meat come from in my mouth? Because I did not eat breakfast that day, and I went into my mouth and pulled out a big fat dead fly. This fly had marinated in my hot-ass cup of coffee, and I was sitting there like a dumbass sipping it the whole time. And immediately I said, yeah! And I tried to peel the skin off of my tongue. And I ran down the hallway. And I filled my mouth with hot water. And if I could burn the inside of my mouth to create new skin because disgusting. And I can't get the feeling of dead fly out of my mouth. As a matter of fact, I would submit to you, I should call and tell people that I had a dead fly in my mouth. Like someone that I'd be kissing. Like my wife. You know, the responsible call like, hey, I have herpes. You know what I'm saying? Because having a dead fly in your mouth is a lot like having an STD in your mouth. And I would submit to you, actually quite possibly worse. I would rather have AIDS in the mouth. Can I just say that? I would rather have AIDS in the mouth than a dead fly. Some STDs you got to be ready for, right? You guys ever heard of the we factor? Say we factor. The we factor is this. And, you know, wife knows this. Like, there has to be some of those stars that you look at like, hey, babe, if I run across them, they catching this fade. Like, we married, but if I see Rihanna, it's kind of going to happen. You feel me? Everybody got that one? That one? And I would imagine the conversation with Rihanna would go like this. Hey, Rihanna, how's it going? And she would be like, hey, Valmore, how you doing today? You want to have sex? And I'd go, yeah. And she'd go, by the way, I have herpes, because she definitely has herpes, right? It's in her fucking eyes, like you can see, right? So she's like, I have herpes. At that point in time, you have a decision to make. I would look Rihanna right in her eyes, and I would go, no, Rihanna, we have herpes. Let's go through these breakouts together. I support you, you support me. We both know the pain. I could be walking Rihanna in public and somebody could be hitting on her. I'm like, player, that ain't what you want, player. That ain't what you want. The ass burning, bruh. I know. I was willing. You feel me? That's the we factor. It's something that we share, we have in common. And herpes is one of those things, all right? The we factor. I want to be a good dad. My dad was a great influence on me, right? My dad, the big KB, the big kahuna. The guy that he used to be a pimp, and he used to sell drugs back in the day, and he influenced me greatly. Can you imagine a pimp trying to raise kids? That's why I am the way I am today, right? Having somebody like your dad, who's quite possibly misogynistic, looks like this. We're driving in his car. At this point in time, his car was a teal Cadillac with a fifth wheel in the back and a chrome doghouse on the front. He had Vogues and 30 Trues. That's what he had, all white leather interior in this bitch. 88 L dog. That's what he had. And I'm in the front seat, we cold as hell, and my dad rolling around, and my little brother's in the back seat. Little brother had to be about 9 years old, right? My dad goes, hey, boy, what you learn about in school and shit? And my little brother's like, we're learning about women's rights, which is the perfect topic for a pimp to understand. You know what I mean? So my dad, what about them shits? My little brother was like, we're learning about women's suffrage. He's like, what the fuck is suffrage? They earned their right to vote. Word. How you feel about that shit? I like it. I knew you was a little bitch. Sir! Influences. That was a real story. Me being a good dad looks like things like this. Fellas, you ever try to get busy with your lady and she not really with it that night because she too sleepy and quite possibly you're whack in bed? No, just me? Okay, well, you can wake up and quite possibly get it in the morning as well. A good dad looks like this. The next morning, when you're like, oh, this shit about to pop off at about 5 in the morning, and I'm about to go into work ready. You feel me? You ever walked into work after getting something like, no, I ain't got the report done yet, but I'll have it to you in 5 minutes. Praise God. That's after that morning sex. You become spiritual in the mud. You just like, praise the Lord. Won't he do it? I said he will. Amen. Everybody calm down in this bit. Why is everybody talking loud? Ain't nobody saying shit. Why is everybody loud? That's that morning sex. So you roll over in the morning, and she's up underneath the sheets, and you like, man, I'm about to let her know that I want some. So there's two ways you can let her know you want some. You can either pelvic thrust into the body, or you can just start kind of touching. I'm glad I went with the B. Because some people's wives like to wake up at 4 in the fucking morning and get out of the bed. And sometimes your 10-year-old jumps into bed in her position. And sometimes you rub your son's butt at 5 in the morning. Oh, that's just me? I'm the only one rubbing my son's booty at 5 in the morning? Okay. You feel me? Fuck out of here. Learn some shit from my daddy. You know what I'm talking about? My dad has a huge dick. You gotta let that simmer. That's something you don't get right into, right? No, okay, granted, I don't look at my dad's dick as an adult. I saw it as a kid, like white people, right? You feel me? No, there's a story behind it, guys. My dad remarried when I was 12 years old. He had 2 sons, which is me and my little brother. She had a boy and a girl. We're 4 kids in a happy family in a house, and we have 1 fucking bathroom because we hadn't moved into the house yet, and someone keeps pissing on the toilet. So my dad decides to give us on-the-job training on how to piss in a toilet stool. Who keep pissing in the toilet? I don't know, what me. I was the oldest. I know how to aim. I know how to use it. At the age of 14, I was very well acquainted with said penis. Now, it had to be one of my brothers. So he tells us to get in the bathroom. I stand on one side of the toilet. They stand on the other side of the toilet. And he like, I'm going to show y'all little motherfuckers how to pee. Because he's a great dad. And he whips out this fucking mongoose out of his pants. It was pissing at the PSI of a fire hydrant. It had its own vein. The dick looked at me and was like, what you looking at, nigga? Nah. It's raw, just gorged, it was like the bathroom flooded. It was just like, what the fuck? Like, it was huge. And in my mind, I'm like, I can't make eye contact because this is a very obviously serious, teachable moment with my brothers. So I'm going to stare at his dick, which is equally awkward. But as soon as we get out of here, what are all 3 of the boys going to do? Run to the room and pull out our dicks. Because we wanted to project and see if our penises would be as big as our dad's when they hit our 30s. I'm 39 and it has not. My oldest son has a big dick. It just gets worse. It's a rabbit hole. I'm thinking dick size skips a generation. This is science. One day I walked past his room as he got the shower. I was like, hey! Yeah, this is, the fuck? Hey! Hey, son, you just got the shower? Baby! I went to Mel. I said, did you see the size of his dick? She was like, I know, right? I've been meaning to talk to you about it. I thought he had them gray sweatpants the other day. I thought he had a stiffy. It was there all day. I was like, shit. And like he knows it's big, right? He says things like this. Hey, Dad. Hey, Dad. Pardon my French, but my dick's so big it sits in the toilet. I'm like, hey. You can't say pardon your French and say something like that. It's grossly offensive. Everybody's dick can't do it, right? I'm sad and jealous, so don't talk like that in the house. I'm raising fine young men. Yeah, maybe I don't have this dad shit figured out. My dad told me that as the kids got older, he learned how to be a dad at a different level, right? So as the kids get older, you're learning how to be a dad at a different level. I'm continually fucking up at every level. I get that. My kids, if you've ever met them, are assholes. Who's ever met my kids? Who's met them? They're definitely that. They're 2 different types of assholes. One of them is long game and one of them is blunt force. Somebody say blunt force trauma. The oldest is long game, right? And I got a quick story for that, and then I got a story for, you know what? I'm not going to get into long game because he's kind of very casual, but he'll just make you feel like an idiot. I'm going to talk about blunt force, which is the youngest one. 2 things about blunt force. One day we was working on a science project for the oldest boy, and we went to the store, and he had to get all these different things for whatever car he was building. And the youngest son, who had on his taekwondo outfit, grabbed this huge eraser and just started rubbing his brother with it, just rubbing him. And my oldest brother's irritated, like, stop rubbing me, what are you doing? And I'm like, hey, leave your brother alone. And he's just rubbing, I'm laughing. I'm like, stop. Why did you keep rubbing your brother with that eraser? And Josh looked at me and said, because, Dad, he was a mistake. I was impressed, but also, what the fuck? I said, hey, you can't talk like that about your brother. He wasn't a mistake. Why do you say that? He was like, obviously, look at me. I'm the good-looking one. He's not. And I was like, don't call your brother ugly. Your brother looks like me. And he was like, well. And then he walked down the aisle with that little taekwondo. I want to kick him in his fucking back so bad. Stories like me and the missus trying to go out on a nice, lovely date, right? And there were a couple of teenage girls trying to watch the boys, and we didn't even get in the car good. And the teenage babysitters ran out of the house. One of them fell in the grass, laughing and rolling. And we were like, what happened? And she was like, please, you can't leave us here with them. It's the young one. And I was like, what did he do? What did he do? And she was like, well, we asked him what types of things they like to do for fun. And the youngest one jumped on the couch and was like, all right, ladies, I like two things in this world. That's pussy and chicken nuggets. So you know what his mama did? Of course, she laughed because she's mother of the year, right? And she's like, you got this one. And I'm like, what the fuck you mean I got this one? And she's like, well, you know he got that from you. Did he? Did he? Because one, I'm not genius enough to put pussy and chicken nuggets on the same list. One. Two, they're both mutually and exclusively awesome. And three, I never talked to that fucking kid about chicken nuggets in my goddamn life. Never fucking came up. Don't blame me for that. I think I got the dad thing figured out. I had a very intimate conversation. Me and the missus were having some marital woes, and there were some very heated discussions in the house, and I want to talk to the oldest son about it. And because obviously they hear that type of stuff, right? And I don't want to be a bad influence, right? I don't want to be the bad things that I saw growing up. And so I go to my son and I go, hey, man, how are things? And he's like, hey, man, sometimes people just don't get along. Like me and Josh, we argue sometimes, and it doesn't mean that you don't love the person. And I was like, damn, that was insightful as hell. You know what I'm saying? In my mind, I'm like, damn, you're a little smart little mama. You get that from your mama. You ain't get that from me. You know what I'm saying? And so I was like, son, what made you think like that? And he was like, well, Dad, I think about stuff like that all the time. I was like, really? Well, what are you going to do with that? He was like, I think when I get older, I want to be a therapist. And I was like, really? He was like, yeah. And I looked my son right in his eyes, and I was like, I knew you was a little bitch. And then I pulled out my dick. And ladies and gentlemen, that is my set.
The blackness.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.